Hello. Today's story is Mary's Christmas Story, and it is based on the Gospel according to Luke. Young Mary lived in Nazareth, a town in Galilee. She was a girl who tried to serve the Lord most faithfully. As Mary sat quietly in her home one night, the angel Gabriel appeared, shining oh so bright. "Greetings," said Gabriel. "You're favored by the Lord." Mary felt afraid and trembled at his words. But the angel gently said, "Mary, do not fear. God is very pleased with you, and he sent me here." You will have a baby named Jesus, God's own son. He will sit on David's throne, ruling everyone. Mary did not understand. She asked, "How can this be? I am still a virgin. I'm not married yet, you see." Gabriel said, "God himself will cause you to conceive. Nothing is impossible with God, you may believe. Your relative Elizabeth, who is old and worn, is finally a mother. Her child will soon be born." "I am my Lord's servant," Mary then did say. "May your words all happen as you have said today." Then Mary went on a journey far from Nazareth. When she saw her cousin's home, she cried, "Elizabeth!" As Mary spoke, Elizabeth felt her baby boy leaping high within her womb, jumping up with joy. Elizabeth knew right away that Mary was the one God had chosen as the mother of his only son. Mary said, "The Mighty One has been so good to me, and to all of Israel. He comes to set us free." Mary stayed there visiting until 3 months were gone. Then Elizabeth gave birth to a son named John. And then King Caesar issued this command: "A census will be taken throughout all the land." So Mary and Joseph had to pack and travel down to Bethlehem, since it was Joseph's family town. When at last they arrived in tiny Bethlehem, every room was full. There was no room for them. Finally, an innkeeper invited them to stay in his barn where they could sleep on the oxen's hay. Soon the time came for the baby to be born. Mary swaddled him in cloth, so he was snug and warm. There was no crib or cradle for baby Jesus' bed, so Mary gently laid him on the manger's hay instead. As Mary gazed upon the face of her newborn son, some shepherds came in saying, "He must be the one." Then they told their story. "We were watching sheep. It was dark and quiet. We were half asleep. Suddenly we saw a sight that jolted us awake. An angel so glorious, our knees began to shake. We fell down upon the ground, trembling in fear. The angel said, 'Don't be afraid. I bring news of good cheer. In the town of Bethlehem, God's Son was born today. You will find him wrapped in cloths in a manger hay. Next we saw a host of angels lighting up the sky, lifting up their voices to the Lord Most High. They said, "Glory to the Lord, peace on earth to men." Then the angels vanished. It was dark again. At first we all just stood there. Then we began to shout, "Let us go to see the child the Lord told us about." So we ran here, found it all just as the angel said. Here's the baby wrapped in cloths in manger's bed. Then the shepherds went around telling everyone, God has sent a Savior. Jesus is his name. The people were amazed in crowded Bethlehem. Could this baby be the king God had promised them? Mary treasured all of this deep within her heart, thanking God for using her for such a loving part. The end.